In his opinion piece, Professor Jeremy Phakeng says since 2018, the leaders of the UCT Council have made attempts to address the weaknesses in the Vice-Chancellor's Professor Mamokgethi Phakeng's leadership. Now, Phakeng says they have also consistently sought to cover up the problems and their own failures to solve the shortcomings. Now, he continues to say if the university is to salvage its reputation and the preeminence, it must move fast to address the failures of leadership. And Professor Phakeng is with the political division there at the UCT and joins me now to talk us through this crisis at the university. Prof, good morning to you and thank you very much for your time. Let's begin with the underlying issue here. It's a layered conversation, this, given that this problem has gone on for a long time, especially based on the piece that you wrote. But let's touch on the underlying issue first. What is it?
Absolutely. So a lot of the attention in the media has been around the symptoms of the problem, which are that there was a revolt in the university senate, which is the academic body, and divisions within council. Those are really symptoms of the underlying problem. And the underlying problem is that the team that runs the university is not been performing well. And universities really need to be run by teams. Universities are not like corporations where you have a chief executive who runs everything, gives out orders. Universities have to be run by teams because you need all of the parts of the university community to be coming to the table, to be teaching to the best of their ability, to be researching to the best of their ability, to be playing responsible roles in society. And unfortunately, for the last 5 years, the executive team that runs the university has not been performing adequately. And that the council has been trying to address the problems, but hasn't been succeeding. And of course, the University Council, which is the governing body of mostly non-academics, many appointed by the minister, the council doesn't want to wash its dirty linen in public. It wants to solve the problems behind the scenes. Right? But repeated attempts to solve these problems behind the scenes have not been successful, and we really need now a very frank discussion of how do we get a team running the university that can operate as a cohesive, effective, really high-performing team.
Yeah. All right. So you've addressed the underlying issue. Let's now come to the crisis, which has basically brought itself into the public eye. What is the crisis right now, and what is the recommended medicine, you think?
Well, as I said, the symptoms of the crisis are that academics in Senate and in the Academics Union are furious with the way that they feel they've been treated by council, and council for its part is very divided. And this is the immediate crisis. I think that these symptoms can be quite easily resolved. I don't think that there aren't intractable problems here. I think that council and senate can get together, they can discuss these issues, they can figure out mistakes that have been made, over how to deal with these issues, right? But the really important thing is to get everybody in the same room, figuring out how to move forward. And of course, that might mean that some of the people who are in the team at the moment, the executive team running the university, some of those people might not actually be able to fit into the team moving forward.
All right. You seem to be suggesting that someone needs to be fired here. Someone needs to take responsibility and say, this is my fault, and for that, I need to pack my bags and leave. Who's that person, or who are those people?
No, I don't think I'm saying quite that, right? I mean, I think that on council's side, my sense is the council has made some genuine attempts to address the issues, and I hope that they will continue to make genuine attempts to address the issues, right? My concern is with the executive running the university, which is the Vice-Chancellor, the Deputy Vice-Chancellors. Now, if a university has to be run by a team, and I think everyone will agree that that's necessary, then every member of that team has to be really committed to being a team player. And they have to be committed to working with Senate, to working with Council over solving many of the challenges facing all universities in South Africa. Right? And if any member of that executive team is incapable of actually being a team player, then I think that Council needs to say to them, pack your bags.
Prof, I'm out of time. Perhaps let me be succinct here. Based on the article you wrote, you have pointed to deficiencies in the leadership style of Mamokgethi Phakeng, and you say that these were pointed to by the previous Chancellor, that's Sipho Pityana, who left and said, actually, there are issues, there are deficiencies, and those need to be addressed. Now, Ms. Ngonyama, who is the new chair, she is also come in, and there does seem to be some admission, based on what you wrote, that indeed there are problems as per her leadership style. What needs to happen here, Professor?
Well, I think, as you say, that the problems with the leadership style of the Vice-Chancellor were pointed out by Sipho Pityana, who was the previous chair of Council, and by the Ombud, who stepped down in 2020 at the end of her contract, and by the current chair of Council. I think that the Council, led by its chair, Babawa Ngonyama, need to have very, very, very frank discussions with the members of the executive team as to whether, in fact, they see their future, the executive, whether they can commit to serious teamwork, moving the university forward. Because if the members of the executive can't make that commitment and follow through on that commitment, then I think they should be packing their bags.
Professor of Political Studies at the University of Cape Town, Professor Jeremy Seekings, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.